Okay, so we started off, I'll just do a little download of some of the stuff we've been doing today. We've been doing a tremendous amount of stuff, so I don't know if I'll get a lot of it done, but we've been doing this, we came in doing this, we found that that fingering is still not very stable, but we explained some reasons why it's a good thing to learn. And we did a bunch of harmonization that I'll come to in a minute, but the first thing I showed you that would spin off of this shape, that's the one that's hard for you, was how to play a flat 5 with it, you know. And the example was that one that Duke Ellington. It's the train. Right, you got that one. So bring this finger around to the second string and you have that. Now, bring this finger down a little bit, you've got a minor 7 flat 5. And that is a really useful chord. We did it in A minor, going A minor 7, flat 5 to E7, to A minor. Or, and I showed you that the scale. See? You see how you're going to be able to phrase off that. Right? Use it endlessly in things like Black Orpheus. That's the chord essentially, right? See it? And then there's good chord, right? Then we talked about that chord being a diatonic chord, being the 7 chord, and that took us a long way into 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. And we were doing C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, B diminished, which is a bitch to play, but you can hear it's the right chord, right? You can go up the guitar doing that. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. And then, there, the top 3 are the hard ones. Here we go. A minor, B diminished, C. So you can feel like it's an essential chord. Guitar players don't know it. They use G7. Maybe use the B in the bass. And it's not a bad way to play it, but we really ought to know such a fundamental chord, and now you do. Okay, so we talked about that and harmonizing scales and so on, and that this minor 7 flat 5 was a really often used chord. So we started with the 7th, we made it a minor. You know, it could be made a minor 7 just by flattening. You make it a flat 5, you could make it 11th. Really twisted version, actually, it's an add 11. Sorry about that. Okay, you follow. There's plenty of things you can do with that. Then we talked about second finger and 6/9s. One of Django's famous chords. Sounds good with that gypsy strum, right? Use it all the time because he had to. And the one that's on the 5th string, B, E. This is an E6/9. Believe it or not. Just good luck. Very few things you're that lucky on the guitar. B6/9, E6/9. So, that, you know, 2 of them live together, and if one's the 1 chord, the next is the 4. And if this is the 1 chord, this is a 5. So that's a really important relation. Okay, so we did those for a bit, and then we looked at, actually we made that chord into a major 7 by keeping it placed, lose the little finger. Then we looked at the Stevie Ray Vaughan 6ths, which again, second finger to the bottom end. So we're looking at everything that we could think of that had a second finger in the bass. And we've got this and talked about it being a 6th and how he makes the whole second section. Flat pick, but you know, I just want to show you the chord shapes. Yes. Then, okay, we went on that. We talked a little bit. We elucidated a little bit about short scales. We stay around the chord, and the long scales, which always move you up at least 1 position. So now you need two chord positions. And that was just going through our long scale, short scale idea. Then I introduced you to a new concept, which is what you really wanted put down on here, but I wanted to give you a little retrospect on all the things we looked at, so you can look around for more stuff chordally as well as in terms of melodies. And I'm saying, you know, I was lucky because I learned these scale patterns that give me the same fingering in different octaves. So if I've got something I'm saying, it comes out sounding the same, you know, so... So I'm just making silly scale melodies because I want it to look obvious, right? So when you want to phrase something, you look up 2 strings and over 2 strings and up 2 frets and put the same fingers down. Chances are you'll find it. If you're leaping to your 2nd string, you've got to be careful because it's tuned too low. But otherwise, reversible, not reversible fingering, but clonable octave fingerings for things are really cool because you're playing. And it's easy because the same fingers fall in the same pattern, pretty close to. That led us on to say the other easy place. Incidentally, that whole Segovia scale will be like this. So, and there's different ways. I hesitated there because I really had not shown you how to get over the gaps. I thought, well, I don't want to get into this right now, but I'll show you the ways to do all these things that I'm doing. This, or 3 and 4 fingers. That's the hurry up one. See it? So you can make that into one thing, but initially I'm saying I want to go. I want that artistically. And then I found it also in rock because I found other people like Eric Clapton were using exactly that concept with their blues scales. This blues scale. And we also got into making the fingering reversibles. So the same thing as doing the slurs. And we just use 1 and 3. And of course I skipped it. When you get in this area, you use 2nd finger for everything and inside out. But if you're just going through it, just keep the same fingering so that the octaves stay the same. The hard thing is reverse exactly that fingering. 3 1 3 3 1. Yes, 3 1 3 3 1 3 1 3 3 1. So when you do, see, it seems like magic, and I showed you, with this. Which is, how he played that. Just everywhere you go, there's this little bird calling out high and low. Who would fall, And I gave this example of watch the video of Outside Women Blues from the Albert Hall on the reunion, because there he plays this lick. Sorry. Well, you can't watch your wife and you're outside women's too. And the lick. Say it again. No, you can't watch your wife and you're outside women's too. When you're out with your woman, your wife will be at home cooking the food, but ain't what you're trying to do. When he's solo.